Hi, I'm Sian Collins and I'm the CEO of Mind Time, which helps women and children from the ages of 5 and upwards overcome anxiety and fear, which is stopping them moving forward in life. I'm also the joint owner of the Women's Diamond Academy with Claire Linton. But today I've got Janet with me, who's a really, really special client of mine. And she actually came to me and used one of my programs, Mind Time, and it was to overcome a fear of driving. And I know with Janet, my first experience of her was she was a really bubbly, happy character with a really positive mindset. She's a beautician and also a holistic therapist. But she was really frustrated that she couldn't actually overcome the fear of driving. Isn't that right, Janet?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it was really beginning to annoy me because it felt like it was clipping my wings, and it
Yeah.
all started after I had a panic attack in the car, which was brought on by a dizziness while I was driving, which I think, looking back now, may have been down to the menopause. I didn't know that at the time. I ended up in A&E, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't want to drive afterwards. I was driving short distances, anything which involved a lot of traffic, maybe at roundabouts, made me feel dizzy, and I could feel myself freezing in the car, and it was horrible. It was debilitating. There was times I had to pull over and sort of get myself together. What wasn't helping, I was beating myself up for it. I was
Yeah.
angry with myself. I was annoyed. And I just couldn't move past it. It was affecting my ability to travel, to take my mum away, to pick the grandkids up, and I just didn't know where to go with it.
Yeah.
Reflexology was my initial thing, and it did help massively. And it was that sort of made me aware that I was on the menopause, but I just couldn't get past this driving anxiety.
And I know we talked about this as well, the part where you've always had a really positive mindset and nothing has ever stopped you achieving whatever you've wanted, except for this had come along and it was kind of something surreal, out of the ordinary.
Oh, I'm not somebody who can't control things. I'm a little bit of a control freak. So this was just totally alien to me because, we've all been through things. I've lost my dad, I've been divorced, started a business, we've had COVID. We're all a little bit all over the place at the moment. But by and large, I'm pretty much grounded and sensible. And, I take things on and take them on full pelt, but I couldn't get past it. I really couldn't.
Oh, I know, yeah.
And I met someone in the doctor's surgery, funny enough. I was telling her that I was doing reflexology, and she said that she had gone to you for reflexology. And I looked you up because my reflexologist had moved sort of 15 miles away. So whilst I was getting on great with her, I didn't like the thought of driving 15 miles and 15 miles back. The stress of that was sort of cancelling out the reflexology I was having. And I looked on your website because I thought I could come to you for reflexology, which I have since, but I saw that you did hypnotherapy. And I'm not sure whether somebody else had said, why don't you try hypnotherapy? Because it was like it was stuck in my mind and I couldn't get past it.
Yeah.
We then had a brief chat. I rang and we had a chat. And initially I just warmed you straight away. And, you explained a little bit to me how it was stuck in the back of my mind. And every time I felt dizzy or every time I was in the car, it would come rushing to the forefront of my mind. You explained it in layman's terms rather than as a medical or a practitioner's thing. So that was easy for me to understand.
I know, as I like to say, simple Shani in a
That,
good way. I like things simple and I like things that
simpler the
actually
better.
work.
Yeah. So I think I was going away at the time and I had it just before I went. I also have trouble sleeping because I'm a bit of an overthinker, and this was making me overthink everything. I was going away, I was a bit anxious about it. We did it just before I went away. And I'd be honest with Sean, at the time, I thought I didn't feel like I was under. I just thought I was having a conversation with you until then I realized when I look back, some of the things I was saying were quite ridiculous. And I was even more Welshy than I am now. And I think I was like, oh, I'm this, I'm So I realised then that that wasn't me talking, although I can be quite animated.
No, and
Some of
it
the things
is.
I was saying were quite ridiculous, but I remembered everything about it and
Yeah.
over the months, I draw back on what you said to me, you know. And then I had a recording to listen to for 3 weeks. And once that 3 weeks was up, I was like, I don't want to listen to that anymore. I don't need it. I'm done with it. So I put that away in a box, you know, so that I just felt I'd moved on from it.
Yeah.
And it was only like a couple of weeks after I'd done the 3 weeks, and I dropped Alan somewhere. And I came to the roundabout and went straight across it. There was nothing coming. And he said, "My God, you've gone from driving Miss Daisy to like a bloody Formula One driver. Slow down, woman." You know, so I could see that my confidence was back. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't want to drive in London rush hour traffic, but I've never wanted to do that. I never drive abroad, because Alan always makes me laugh. Oh, she can't drive on the other side of the road. But my confidence is back. You know, I go and pick the kids up, pop them in the car, we drive down to the coast, and but it's helped in other ways as well. The whole dizziness thing. Oh, go on.
So that was kind of like so professionally then a big change there, where you've kind of you're not limited or restricted. You can get out driving. I remember you saying about taking your mum places, which you really wanted to do with the children. So that's kind of back to normal. So personally, so professionally, even though we were working on professionally, because you're a beautician and also a holistic therapist, has it had a knock-on effect, a positive knock-on effect there?
Absolutely. A lot of my ladies who God, I think we're all suffering with a bit of anxiety and a bit of confusion. You know, all of my ladies, in fairness, came to me during COVID when it was allowed. And I felt at that point that I'd become a bit of a therapist. And now I've seen you, I feel like I can say, look, you'll get past this, you get over it, it will get better. Try the reflexology. If it's something that's triggered it, try hypnotherapy. And I have sent a few ladies to you. So it has helped me to, you know, speak to other people and say, don't think this is forever. Lots of ladies who are going through the menopause are suffering with driving anxiety and anxiety in busy places, when shopping. I used to love shopping, but it's not for me anymore. You know, I do an hour and then I come home. Crowds, and I think COVID has had an effect on us all. But if I do start to feel dizzy, I just think, oh, maybe you're having a drunk enough water, you need a bit to eat, have a sit down, wait till it passes. Whereas before it would be like, oh my God, it's coming back. I'm going to be dizzy. I'm going to, you know, I need to ring someone. My partner became my comfort blanket, and I couldn't really go anywhere without him. You know, if he was away or working all day, I would be like, oh, what time's he home? And I don't feel like that anymore, because I don't want to feel like that. You know, I'm confident.
And you never were, like you said, and I picked that up from you as well, really positive about everything which you do, where you are in life. It was just that little restriction. So that's great.
Didn't feel like a little restriction, though. It felt like a bloody big one, I have to say. You know, it felt like the course I've been doing is in Newport, and I was having to have a lift there and a lift back. And it was affecting other people as well as me, you know, and I don't like relying on people. I like to be the one people rely on. So it just changed the whole balance of where I was in life, you know. But I'm back now and I'm flying along.
That's normal, Jan, that's right. So if anybody was actually thinking about doing any of my programs, which is around fear, self-doubt, or anxiety in those areas, and many other areas as well, as you can relate to yourself, what would you say to them if they're thinking about coming to me, but they're not sure about hypnotherapy?
That it isn't anything to be scared of. I felt completely safe all the way through with you. I felt relaxed. You know, when you took me back to the actual panic attack, that was a little bit like, oh, I don't like this. But at no point did I feel I needed to stop it. I thought, if I can get through this and move past it, this is going to help me no end. So stick with the little bit of, you know, not nastiness, but the little bit of tension you're feeling at that time. But it was good to get it out of me, because there was things that I realised happened when I was with you that I didn't know had happened at the time. Like my fear, I thought my fear was I was going to have a heart attack, because my heart was pounding, my hands went dead, my feet were tingling. But you picked up on the fact that I was afraid I was going to run someone over, because it was school time, there were children coming out of school. So from what I did with you, I realised that my first fear was that I could hurt someone else, and it wasn't just for myself, you know. So I realised a lot from that session that I hadn't realised beforehand.
Absolutely, and it changed very, very quickly for you as well, didn't it? Which
is
wonderful. It's amazing when we know what the back part of the brain is actually locking on to. Once we know that, we can change things very quickly. That's absolutely wonderful. So I know that you're a beautician, and you're also a holistic therapist. You do reflexology like me. You live in Everlysteth, which is about 10 minutes outside of Cardiff. I know that you're very much a people person, exactly like me, Jan, and I know that lots of people even listening to this will relate to you. So if anybody local to your area wanted to come to you, what is the best way for them to contact you?
Either by telephone on 07988 9550507, or text message, WhatsApp, and all the other methods of communication we have at the moment. I'm also on Facebook. The company name is @BeautyRoom, the symbol @122. No, it's not. It's AT122. So that's @BeautyRoom 80-122, because I'm in 12. My house number is 122. I'm just a little home salon. It's in the downstairs of the house, which it doesn't get any interruptions or food smells or anything like that. All my family are upstairs, but it's only Ellen. And it's just warm, relaxing, comfortable. Whether you come for a beauty treatment or a holistic treatment, I look after you. Probably to the point you won't want to go home when you're happy sat lying there with a blanket on. People come in their pajamas, and you know, it's just very relaxed and very comfortable. And
it is, and it's a wonderful place to actually be. But thank you very, very much for your time as well now today, Jan. And
I'm better at selling you than I am me, aren't I? I don't know what that says about me.
We always find that as well, but I know anybody who will reach out to you as well will be taken care of, because you, like I said, you're very much a people person, and you feel comfortable around you straight away. Which is most probably part of what was holding you back previously as well. Definitely. But thank you very much for this. I know that you've actually enrolled in the Women's Diamond Academy as well. And we are so pleased to have you there, because we have a group full of women with fantastic energy, just like yours as well. But just for now, have a wonderful day, and see you soon.
And you, lovely. See you soon. Bye. Bye.